Friday's second Breeders' Cup race, the seventh race in the program, is the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. And once again, I want to remind people you want to play these on NyraBets. We're offering a tremendous bonus right now for new members only. Head over to NyraBets and earn up to $1,000, 10% of what you bet through Breeders' Cup weekend. The Dirt Mile features a very, very strong field. I'd argue this is one of the possibly strongest Breeders' Cup miles we've ever seen. Now, it's around 2 turns at Del Mar, and we'll start out with an important race for this, and this was the Met Mile. Probably the most important mile race that's run all year, and that includes the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. And in this race, Unmoor Spirit was absolutely dominating. I think Sharp Azteca ran extremely well to be second, but Unmoor Spirit, he might have run as impressive a race as we've seen from any horse all year. But where has he been? He got very good suddenly. He was a mediocre 3-year-old. He got extremely good as a 4-year-old, and he punctuated with this devastating performance. But now, he hasn't been seen in almost 5 months. All his works are coming out of the gate. The suggestion is that he doesn't really want to work unless he breaks from the gate. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, I don't know. But I don't want to take a short-priced horse that hasn't been seen for 5 months. Now, as far as Sharp Azteca, he's been seen, and he's been seen in a big way since that Met Mile. And that's the advantage that he has on Unmoor Spirit. He's run 2 very good races. One dominating performance around 2 turns, a mile and a 16th in Monmouth, which I think counts, and then getting back to Belmont Park and winning our Kelso. And listen, Divining Rod may not be the good Divining Rod that finished second in last year to Connect, but the distant third finisher in here, Tom's Ready, beaten 9+ lengths, came back and won a very tough, bold ruler over the weekend. Don't kid yourself. This was an extremely impressive performance. Now, he draws inside of Unmoor Spirit. And even though I'm dubious of Unmoor Spirit, I'm not dubious of his speed. And I think that Unmoor Spirit's going to have to take it to Sharp Azteca from the start. And it could soften both of these horses up. While I'm very much against Unmoor Spirit, I'm not as against Sharp Azteca, but I'm going to try to beat both of these horses. And the very logical horse to beat both of them is Accelerate. Accelerate drew post 8 for this race. Accelerate has been very good, and he's been very good at Del Mar, and I think that matters. This is his impressive performance, beating a very unimpressive Arrogate when he upset the San Diego early in the Del Mar meeting. He wasn't quite up to task in the P Classic, but keep in mind they were going 1.25 miles, and he was chasing Collected and the good Arrogate, a much better Arrogate, I should say. This is a horse Collected that's improved this year. He's run well at Del Mar. He has the speed that he can't be compromised by any pace situation, and he's in a good stalking spot. I think Accelerate's the horse to beat, and he's my top choice in this race. Now, I am a major lover of Practical Joke, and anybody that follows our circuit knows that I'm a big fan of this horse. This was an exceptional ride by Joel Rosario, who really understands Practical Joke. His ride in the Derby from the outside post was incredible, giving him every chance when he finished 5th. He rode him very well when he won our Dwyer, and this was a perfect ride. And he beat Tocafel. Well, all Tocafel did out of this race was come back and beat El Deal and beat older horses in winning the Grade 1 Bosberg. Good trip or not, it's a very good effort for a horse who is undefeated around 1 turn. Now, the question becomes, is he a much better horse around 1 turn, or is it the shorter distances that make it easier for him? It's a very valid question. I think if you look at the Bluegrass and you look at his Haskell, he had trouble finishing. I think it's distance. I don't worry about him getting the 2 turns in a mile. Yeah, I'd prefer it was a 1-turn mile, and I prefer he had more of an inside post. But he can drop back in this race and make 1 run. And he's a horse that's improving with every start, and I'm not going to stop believing in him now. Now, of the other horses in this race, there's really nobody else that I want. I don't like Cupid. He got a perfect trip, and I don't know where his Santa Anita handicap win came from, and he hasn't run well in subsequent starts. Iron Fist is an improving horse. Battle of Midway is not a bad 3-year-old. But I think the Practical Joke is better than both of those horses. This is a tough Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. I'm going to pick Accelerate on top, the 8, the number 10 Practical Joke second, the number 3 Sharp Azteca is third, and the 6 Unmoor Spirit is fourth. It's a good one, the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. And keep in mind, if you're playing through NyraBets and you play on your mobile device, there is a 10% winner's bonus on the exactas on all Breeders' Cup races. That's Friday and Saturday. Best of luck.